Welcome, you're watching South Central, and that means you're tuned into India's one and only business news bulletin that puts the spotlight exclusively on South India across key news and developments in the 5 southern states that make up this region. My name is Jude Sanith, and these are the headlines we're tracking at this hour. Ten people die in rain-related incidents across Bengaluru as the city sees a day of heavy downpour and hailstorms. 7 of those deaths occur as the compound wall of the Bulletin hospital collapses owing to incessant rain. In Chennai, city-based real estate developer DRA Homes becomes India's first real estate company to monitor and announce an AI-enabled project management system as it adopts Slate AI to track progress, purchases and inventory across 7 projects and 3 million square feet. The company says it expects completion timelines to reduce by 3 months post-adoption. The question of changing Karnataka's chief minister does not arise as of now. That's the word coming in from Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge, ending months of speculation over a possible change of guard in Karnataka's top political job. And exit polls are not an exact poll, says senior BJP leader Tamilsai Soundararajan from Tamil Nadu, as most polls predict a DMK return in the state. TVK meanwhile maintains that it is confident of forming the government as the Axis My India poll claims the party may just about secure an absolute majority here. And Telangana gets its first state security advisor as the Congress-led government in the state appoints outgoing DGP Shivadar Reddy to the top security job. Reddy is expected to advise Chief Minister Revanth Reddy on matters of internal security and crime. Our top story first is a rather tragic one. A day of heavy downpour in Bengaluru has caused multiple deaths and casualties. 10 people have in fact died in rain-related incidents across the city. 7 of those deaths took place when the wall of the Bulletin hospital in the city collapsed in the downpour. One of those casualties was a 6-year-old about to celebrate her 7th birthday. 2 others from Kerala were also among the dead. 7 others were injured in the accident and are being treated at the hospital where they are reportedly out of danger. Let's listen in to what some of the authorities in the state had to say.
No, this is suddenly the rains have come. Normally during end of April, first week of May, the first rains will come in Bangalore. Normally the corporation will prepare itself for this kind of a thing. Dead branches in trees, low-lying areas, flooding, all this, preliminary exercise has to be done by the corporation. And of course, they will definitely do it henceforth, they will do it.
The wall has collapsed. So 7 deaths has happened and all the postmortem has been done. People are almost taken away the dead bodies. And whoever is there for the treatment, we are providing the free treatment to all the thing, best of the treatment, and they should not worry about anything else. I got your point, but issue is that this is 20 years back. Nobody is aware of who has constructed the wall. So I have to check with the official record that who has constructed the wall, which year, how it has been done. We'll check it and we'll take corrective measures for this thing is there.
Well, truly a tragic instance there in Karnataka, in Bengaluru, even as those unforeseen spells of rains have clearly caused untold suffering to the common man in the city of Bengaluru. But moving on next to news from the real estate space, Chennai-based developer DRA Homes has adopted an AI platform to track progress of its projects across the city. Now, Slate AI will track construction, progress, inventory, and procurements at 7 projects of DRA that encompass 3 million square feet. In a conversation that I had with DRA's Managing Director Ranjit Rathod, He told me that the intervention could see project completion timelines reduced by 3 months and a significant cost-saving factor at that. Here's more from that conversation that I had with him.
Thanks, Jude. It's a pleasure to be here. So as an organization, we have always been forward-thinking. We have tried to implement technology wherever possible. We have a belief system that technology is going to be that edge or the competitive benefit which we are going to pass on to the customers as well.
Right.
Coming specifically to this AI, construction is a laborious job. It's highly manual. It's highly loaded with papers, diligence,
right,
and there is high amount of inefficiency. So as we discussed with the team, I realized that there are not too much of data set which are available to make informed decision. And that's when we took a decision, conscious decision, that we should move towards automation. And as we were talking about automation, we met up with this company called Slate, and we upgraded not from automation, but to even higher skill set, which is the artificial intelligence along with the automation.
Right. So very quickly then, on the ground, what changes? How does the interface help? How are you using AI to really streamline those processes? And which processes are those to begin with?
So first, let me begin at the site level. Site is where the action is.
Right.
We have unskilled laborers, we have skilled laborers, then we have the engineers and the technicians supported from DRA. So it becomes highly difficult to start monitoring each aspect of construction. And construction is a very tough, coordinated industry. You have different sets of skill sets which are working together. It's a collaborative effort. So ideally what happens was a site engineer, after a task is done, he starts recording manually. And then the project manager at the end of the day, maybe at 5:30 in the evening, collates all the site engineer's papers and then makes a daily progress report, a DPR, which is again manual in process. And then he sends to the back office of the head office. Then they start monitoring. Some of them do not monitor. Some of them are just left as it is. And we don't have the proper data flow coming on top, that whether the project is on time, are we lagging, is there an issue at the site, is there any insight, is there any suggestion, or are there areas which can be expedited, are we focusing on areas which are not important? Now, with the help of artificial intelligence and the basic training given to our technicians, everything is voice enabled. We go there, B2, we have completed the column, plastering to be done, that's it. Second floor tiling, 30% area over, take a snapshot. The artificial intelligence by itself prepares the daily progress report and concisely gives a dashboard to the management that against your schedule of tiling, which should have been at 50%, you are at 30% because the number of laborers you have or tile skilled laborers you have are only 20 versus 30. So now we have information. Now we are able to address. I mean, this could be as basic as I told you, but not at the management level. But now my project head has clear information that this is not going to work. I'm not going to achieve my target date if I don't increase from 20 to 30.
Right.
So I've told you as a layman how it can help.
Perfectly understood, and thank you for breaking that down. So how will this help in terms of efficiency itself? I think project completion timelines across the industry, if you ask consumers, are perhaps the biggest pain point when it comes to residential real estate.
Absolutely.
So how does this change things now, and how do you see timelines perhaps increase and go up in efficiency as far as your residential projects are concerned?
So a very good question, Jude. The biggest cost burden to a customer, I wouldn't say even is the price of the apartment, is the delay of the project, because he's paying not only EMI, he's paying the rent of the apartment where he's staying currently. The more you delay, there's more financial burden on the customer. And on an average, the data says that in India, there's a delay of approximately 2.5 years, if I have to take all the cities put together. And DRA has always stood on a motto that we will hand over on time every time. Now with AI, we should be like not on time, but before time. So our objective is, can we expedite based on the data set which we have and more informed decision? Can we expedite our target date of construction, reduce the burden of EMI and rent on the customer? So that's our primary object right now.
Right. So are you looking at a 6 months expedition? What is how by a factor of how much do you think timelines can be expedited at DRA projects itself?
Our internal target is 3 months at least. 3 months is also cumulatively, if I take a 500 apartment project, it's a huge saving for the customer. So at least a baby step. Let's look at 3 months from our scheduled date with this informed decision through AI.
Right. Ranjit, what I'm really curious about is, and you spoke about this in the very first answer, a lot of the implementation of such technology will rely on a massive foundational bed of data that will actually need to then be used to, get AI up and running insofar as these efficiencies are concerned. Given the ages of manual record keeping and not exactly organized data silos that we've seen in the construction space, how did you manage to snag this perhaps impediment and make sure that you had these data sets before actually rolling out the AI technology?
So choosing a product is the easiest job. Adopting and implementing is the toughest job, I would say, because again, you're dealing with people and there's a bit of, I would say, laxity as well as some kind of a fear in their mind that if AI is going to do all the job, what is my job then? So we had to bring the entire team on board. We had to tell them that we are empowering you. Please start using it. I am personally from the management level giving you a job guarantee that your job is not at stake. Right. Maybe at least for a period of 3 years, it's not at stake. I can't give you a guarantee lifelong, but at least for 3 years. However, you start using it and all your performances will be linked to some kind of appraisal based on this AI implementation. Okay. As well as we have given ESOP to all our employees. So your ESOP criteria also will be based on this implementation of artificial intelligence. So first taking them into confidence. Second part is training them. You got to train them. Along with Slate and DRA team, we took a challenge, went site after site, made a core team, trained them. The core team in turn trained the skilled guys or the unskilled guys on how they can use. Plus, your technology also has to be supportive. Your technology should be as easy as possible to use. Using a voice button, talking in native language, taking a picture, it should be as simple as that.
Right. So help me understand this in terms of making that data, creating that, that repository of these numbers and all of this technology. Is that currently work that's continuing to be in progress, even as the model continues to improve as you keep using it? Is that how it works?
Absolutely. So we have implemented on 7 projects spanning across 3 million square feet in Chennai. So the first stage of implementation, which is the project scheduling and monitoring the progress of the project, is fully implemented on this 7 sites. And as you rightly said, the data, the model will keep learning. The model will start comparing one project with another project. The mistakes made in another project, it will start highlighting that this could be potential mistake on this project also. Because there was a shortage, there was a rainy season. Did you factor all this here? So predictive analysis will start coming in once we start using more and more, implement across all the projects. In a year's time, we'll start getting predictive analysis and the model will become even better.
Right. So what's the way forward then, Ranjit? I would assume this will now become the baseline in terms of how you go about improving efficiencies across projects itself. So fair to say that it will be implemented across projects in the pipeline as well and also on all future launches?
Absolutely. In all our projects, this technology will be implemented. We would be taking it to the next stage. Our next stage would be the budgeting versus actual work which has happened. Based on the project milestone, it will show how much of work has happened at the site. So certifying the bills will become easier. And once the bills are certified, are we running a cost overrun? Is there a cost reduction? Are we ordering in a what you call in a departmentalized form? It will start throwing data that why are you ordering only 500 boxes? You need in another 2 months, another 800 boxes in project B. So why don't you consolidate and order 1,300 now itself to get a better price? Right. So that would be the second part. The third part, the final part would be the quality check. That might take a little more time because it involves some kind of a super eye. So hopefully the camera technology or the robotic artificial intelligence will come in a year's time. It will start checking whether the plumb line in the column is good, whether the plastering thickness is good, which probably a human eye can miss out.
Right. I have to then ask you, I also read that you are the first developer in across India, at least in the organized space, to adopt the technology itself. I wonder why other players aren't doing it quicker and perhaps realizing the time for AI is right here and right now. Do you see this being a precedent across the industry itself, pan-India?
Yeah, so obviously there's always a first mover. So we turned out to be the first mover in this. Some developers have been first mover in other things. We believed in technology from day one, and the vision has to come from the management. If the management is confident that the future is tech and we are going to embrace tech, then automatically the team below you starts embracing tech as well. So we hope that technology is used by the entire fraternity, because eventually the benefit has to go to the customer. Right. And that's what we believe. If collectively we all believe, more and more such technology will be implemented across.
Absolutely. One last question before Well, if AI helps developers complete projects faster, nobody is complaining. But on that note, we'll slip into a short break. Keep watching South Central. More from the other side when we return.
The biggest news break of the day. Exclusive that set the primetime agenda. Bringing you stories that matter. News breaks that shake up the system. Join us for the biggest revelation on Blueprint exclusive weekdays at 6 p.m. only on Times Now.
When power evades answers. When spin clouds the truth. One voice cuts through the noise.
When the nation wants to know, it demands the truth, not theatrics. Follow the facts, unfollow the fakery.
The nation wants to know. Weeknights at 7 p.m. only on Times Now.
The biggest news break of the day. Exclusive that set the primetime agenda. Bringing you stories that matter. News breaks that shake up the system. Join us for the biggest revelation on Blueprint exclusive weekdays at 6 p.m. only on Times Now.
When power evades answers. When spin clouds the truth. One voice cuts through the noise.
When the nation wants to know, it demands the truth, not theatrics. Follow the facts, unfollow the fakery.
The nation wants to know. Weeknights at 7 p.m. only on Times Now.
The biggest news break of the day. Exclusive that set the primetime agenda. Bringing you stories that matter. News breaks that shake up the system. Join us for the biggest revelation on Blueprint exclusive weekdays at 6 p.m. only on Times Now.
When power evades answers. When spin clouds the truth. One voice cuts through the noise.
When the nation wants to know, it demands the truth, not theatrics. Follow the facts, unfollow the fakery.
The nation wants to know. Weeknights at 7 p.m. only on Times Now.
The biggest news break of the day. Exclusive that set the primetime agenda. Bringing you stories that matter. News breaks that shake up the system. Join us for the biggest revelation.
The timeline, a truly top-tier, top 5 market for Mercedes-Benz globally.
To see, India is in the top 5 Maybach markets in the world. I think that's quite commendable. If you look at our market share in the top-end segments, we are almost in north of 60-65%.
Welcome back. You're watching South Central on ET Now with me, Jude Sanith. Moving on to politics next, Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge has said that there will be no change in Karnataka's chief minister, at least for the moment. Speaking to journalists, Kharge said the question of a change in guard in Karnataka's government does not even arise. And if it did, that decision would be taken by Sonia Gandhi, Rahul Gandhi and himself. Now, Kharge also responded to Karnataka Home Minister G. Parameshwara's suggestion that Kharge himself be considered for the top job. Listen.
ನಾನಾದರೆ ಉತ್ತಮ ಅಂತ ನೀವು ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಿ, ಅವರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಮೇಲಿನವರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಬಟ್ ನಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರ ಹಣೆಬಾರ ಅನ್ನೋಕ್ಕಿಂತಲೂ ನಮ್ಮ ಐಡಿಯಾಲಜಿ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ಮತ್ತು ನಾವು ಪಕ್ಷದಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ನಾವು ಇಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೆ ದುಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬಂದಿದ್ದೇವೆ, ನಮ್ಮ ನಿರ್ಣಯಗಳು ಹೆಚ್ಚಾಗಿ ಸೋನಿಯಾ ಗಾಂಧಿಯವರು ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಬಟ್ ಈಗ ಆ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಯೇ ಉದ್ಭವಿಸೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಈಗಾಗಲೇ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಚೀಫ್ ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಬದಲಾವಣೆ ಆಗತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಮಾರ್ಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾರ ಸೋನಿಯಾ ಗಾಂಧಿಯವರು, ರಾಹುಲ್ ಗಾಂಧಿಯವರು ಅಥವಾ ನಾವು ಸೇರಿ ನಿರ್ಣಯ ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ ಅದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಸಮಯ ಹಿಡಿತದೆ. ಅದು ನೋಡೋಣ.
I don't want to comment on any issue connected to the leadership issue. It is left to the party high command. They will take a call.
Staying with politics, the Tamil Nadu BJP has given exit poll findings a big thumbs down. Speaking to journalists, the party's senior leader and candidate for the Mylapore constituency, Tamilisai Soundararajan, said exit polls were not quote-unquote exact polls. And she also added that she'd much rather wait for the counting that is also to take place on the 4th of May. The TVK, meanwhile, said that the party would form the government in Tamil Nadu irrespective of what exit polls suggested. Now remember, most polls have predicted a DMK comeback in Tamil Nadu, while the Axis My India poll claims the TVK might just have the numbers to form the government here.
Exit polls are not exact polls. When exact polls are come, we can comment. Exit polls are when it's not exact polls, when no definite modality is followed. How can I comment on it? So I don't want to comment on it.
What about 5 states, madam? Kerala, everything, all this?
No.
More than 90% my prediction already happened. I'm sure our Vijay sir, Mr. Talaivar, going to take oath on 7th May, I'm believing.
Meanwhile, if there's one thing that all polls agree on, it's this. The left, it seems, is all set to lose its last remaining bastion in India as the Congress-led UDF in Kerala is set to return to power in the state. Now, the LDF government, led by Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan, was contesting for a third straight term in power, fighting off anti-incumbency and a strong opposition. If it does lose the election, the left would also lose the last state where it ran an elected government. The party remains unelected in every other Indian state, barring a handful of MPs and MLAs representing a handful of constituencies across a few states, which leaves Kerala the only state where the left actually runs an elected state government. And as all parties wait with bated breath for the 4th of May, actor and TVK chief Joseph Vijay has called for a meeting of all his MLA candidates at the party's headquarters in Pannayur on the outskirts of Chennai. My colleague Dharani joins us with more details.
TVK chief Vijay has just reached the party headquarters a few minutes back, and in a short while from now, he'll be holding a meeting with the candidates of all 234 assembly constituencies. We are reporting from in front of the Pannayur headquarters here in Chennai. There is a lot of activity, hundreds of supporters of TVK, they are gathered outside and they are trying to get a glimpse of Mr. Vijay, a small glimpse of Mr. Vijay. But as far as this meeting with the candidates is concerned, we are given to understand through sources that this meeting is all about the preparedness for the counting day. Vijay is going to give advice to his candidates as to how to be disciplined and how to be aware on the day of counting. Because for TVK, this is the first electoral battle they are ever facing. This is the debut election, and this is the first counting day they are coming across. And most of their candidates, they're all first-time candidates. They haven't contested any elections before, and they've also been not part of any political.
And Telangana is all set to have its first state security advisor as outgoing Director General of Police, that's Shivadar Reddy, is all set to take over the position. Reddy, remember, was Director General of Police in Telangana for a period of 7 months. As a superannuated state security advisor, he will now directly report to Chief Minister Revanth Reddy while holding the position of Chief Secretary in Telangana itself. He will continue to be entitled to government benefits, including housing and a government vehicle, as he begins his new tenure. Earlier today, the top cop bid farewell to his police career at an elaborate ceremony. Let's hear what he had to say.
Today, I demitted office on superannuation. I retired on superannuation. As part of this, which is a formal parade, farewell parade has been organized, and I attended this. It is a great honor to lead the Telangana police force. Very progressive.
And with that, it's a wrap for the Bulletin today. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you soon with the latest news and updates from South India. From the team and myself, it's goodbye for the moment. Keep watching ET Now for more news and market updates.